I thought that it would, but then I know you ran into some stumbles after the first time that we shot. So then, obviously, some of that was out of your control, you know. But I did definitely get the feeling from you the first time of meeting that you're determined. I mean, you had stumbles before, you know, in casting even, and I'm just glad that I was able to be available to you and help out. So it was obvious you're gonna figure out a way. You were going to, you know, go over or around or under it, and you were going to find a way from point A to point B. It just might take a year. So.
Yeah, I mean, there was, like in the beginning, there was never any doubt that it was going to get finished. We went through an interesting patch when one of the actors left the project, and that forced you to have to do some rewrites, and that was kind of an interesting moment where it could have gone a lot of different ways. You know, I didn't know if we were going to end up recasting that role and reshooting it, or just rewriting things to justify, you know, his not being around, which is, I guess, what we ended up doing. And so that was, again, part of the whole learning process, that you don't, things you never think about when you're just watching a finished movie. You never really realize all the things that have to happen for that to get finished. And I thought we dealt with it. I thought you dealt with it in a really good way. I guess just to go back to what Garrett was saying earlier, like that's one of the drawbacks of being at this level where we all are with making movies, where like, you know, we all have other things that we do, and we don't get the luxury of like, you know, sort of diving in and shooting for 2 weeks straight or whatever. We can really get that chemistry going, that consistency. So we would like shoot, and then we wouldn't shoot again for a few months or whatever when all our schedules would meet up. And it did seem like by the end of the filming process, we were getting to a place where like the chemistry between all of us was really good, and the scenes we were shooting together were really natural and stuff. And it was like, yeah, you kind of want to go back and look at the first scenes again, but you know, of course, we don't get to do that. Or maybe we will after we win all the contests and we get to reshoot. But anyway, so that just kind of goes with the territory. You know, it was really interesting to see that, to how by the end we're getting a lot more natural in our scenes together, and you look back at some of the other scenes and you wish you could do them differently or whatever. But you know, that's just how it goes. But yeah, there was never any doubt in my mind that it would get done. You know? And in fact, I worked on a short film that was 15 minutes long that took a lot longer to finish as far as the editing, so this was pretty successful.
There was one time for me where I thought that it wasn't going to happen. It was the third time that the actor had given us trouble, given you trouble of some sort, and he wasn't going to make it this time. This is like the night before or 2 nights before. And I remember when you called me, I could hear it in your voice. You were just like, it sounded like you were beat, to be honest. Like you didn't know what to do. You almost wanted to give up. And you were like, honestly, man, what do you want to do? Just tell me, and then we'll go through. Are you still in? If you're in, I'm in. And everybody was still in except the actor. And and I mean, you just went to work, rewrote, and here we are.
Did you give him a good pep talk?
Over the phone?
Yeah.
No, I was drunk. So.
Oh. You didn't give him the like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, you know,
yeah, I started to.
Oh.
Then I threw up on the street.
It was interesting. I don't get to work with kids in films a lot, so it's definitely it was definitely different. I mean, I commend those children for at least trying. You know, I know there was a lot of stuff we couldn't use, but they were gung-ho. You had a ton of patience, but I thought, you know, they were brave for trying it, and I thought it was a cool little, I don't know, just setup of, you know, pushing kids out of the way. But on a side note, the food that night, freaking awesome.
Oh, yeah, she hooks it up, yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting, because we weren't there that night.
She hooks it up
the Doritos
every
that
day.
she brought out they were amazing.
Oh, yeah,
They're so good.
great.
I loved how you guys were very cool with everybody's personalities and being able to joke around and everything on set. Like, you know, it was a very serious film, and there was not a lot of room for horseplay or anything. And I mean, you guys saw me like in between every single take, I was doing cartwheels and just stupid shit all the time, you know, because it's like if I get too in the moment, I was gonna freak myself out, you know. So it was like, that's when I'm jumping around going, I'm a happy ghost.
Actually, you do the Thriller dance. That's on the reel too, on the blooper reel.
Yeah, and so it's like, you know, being able to take it light, and I'm not one of those people that stays in character the entire time on the set, and, you know, like, you know, RDJ says, you know, I don't break character until we done DVD commentary. Like, you know,
Wow.
I'm, you know, I think that I can get in my character in the moment right then and then get out, and you guys were totally cool with that, and just a lot of joking around.
Garrett, anything you may have learned from this project, maybe? No. Cool. All right, you guys?
Well, like I said earlier, the whole thing was a learning experience. Mostly learning a lot of what not to do when making a movie. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, to kind of what Kristen was saying. Yeah, this was a very serious. It was very serious material, and it was really funny that whenever you would yell "cut" in between takes, we'd all just be goofing around. You would not think that we were making that movie, you know, but. That's what you have to do sometimes. Yeah, I'm also not an actor who's like, wait, don't talk to me. I'm, you know, in character. You know, we're doing this to have fun, and I can honestly say that every time we got together to shoot, it was fun, and I always look forward to it. Like a lot of times, Garrett and I would drive out together to the location, and it was like, you know, it was like a little road trip, and it was like, cool, we get to go make a movie today. It was like, it was fun. Like we would look forward to it. You know, so. Yeah, as far as what we learned just how much goes into making a movie, you know. It's not just lights, camera, action, and it all kind of happens magically. There's a lot to do. I mean, I don't know, there were so many shots where you guys would spend like an hour trying to get the lighting just right for like a simple, you know, 2-minute scene or whatever. And, you know, you learn to have patience, and you learn to go with the flow, and you learn how to have a good time on set, you know.